So, in this lecture, I would like to cover the most important topic for C Sharp, which is frequently asked in interviews, is the solid principles. So, what is solid principles? Solid principles is an acronym for the 5 object-oriented principles, right? These are basically used to create any software design which is very easy to understand and maintain as the size of the project grows. So let us begin with the first solid principle S, that is single responsibility principle. Let us understand this with a real world analogy. You can see in the image that a single person is handling a lot of things. He or she is taking care of the baby, she is managing the books and cooking the food together, and all these leads to a very clumsy situation. No task can be performed very efficiently. You can see the amount of mess that is being created around. So, solid principle states that do one job and do it well. What does this mean? That a class should have a single responsibility. It means that in a class, we should not have everything, every functionality in one class only. We should have a single functionality that performs a single function at a time. Next is class has single or one reason to change. It means that if we want to change or modify a particular functionality, only we have to make changes to that particular thing only. We don't have the reason to modify the class for more than one reasons, right? So every software component should have only one responsibility. This is what single responsibility pattern states. Now let us learn it with an example. I will start with an example that violates the single responsibility principle. Look here. We have a class invoice and we have this property amount. In the same class, we have a method print invoice which is printing the amount, and in the same class we have save to database method. Now what is the problem in this? In this, the issue is this class has multiple responsibilities: the business logic, amount, the printing logic, print invoice, which is basically the presentation logic, is also included in this class. And next is the save to database. The persistent logic is also there in the same invoice class. So see, what is business logic? I was trying to make you understand that, see, business logic means these are certain rules like applying total or applying the discounts or validating the amount to set certain condition. This all is included in the business logic. So if I go again here, alone amount does not define the business logic. It is the usage of this amount in different things like calculating discounts, which I earlier described, which is responsible for creating the business logic. So all this is creating a very clumsy situation in which everything is kept in only one class file. Let us move towards the practical and understand a little more. So guys, what I have done in here, this is an example. I have created a console application, and in this I have created one class invoice where I have kept everything in one class only. So this class violates the single responsibility principle because every logic is kept in the same class. Now in the program class, if I make an object for this invoice and set the property to something, I am calling every method through this object only, right? Suppose if I run it, I will get the output, but the issue is everything is contained in the same class. So this violates single responsibility principle. Now let us move towards the example wherein I will describe how we can follow single responsibility principle in a class. So, as you can see here, I have one class for invoice, right, which is containing only the business logic. The next is the printer, invoice printer, which represents the presentation logic. So this class is only responsible for printing or giving the presentation information. This is doing nothing with the amount calculations, calculating discount or saving to database. Now, if I create a separate class which caters with saving to database. Now here you look that every operation, every class is performing only one operation. So if I run this method, it will give me the same code, but see now what happens. The whole project is structured in a well framed manner. The presentation logic is here. The business logic, all the calculations would be in the business logic class, and the database logic is in the database class. So this is what is the importance of single responsibility principle. Thank you.